Is the sound of demolishing a shop merely the sound of bamboo and trifling breaking? Or it is the sound of family dreams and an entire community economy collapsing? Today we're going to discuss on these topics. Hello, namaskar, salam. I'm Mostafijur Rahaman, a political strategist. Welcome to the fifth episode of our special series, Hawkers, Evictions versus Economic Reality. This video is for those who wants to contribute to the development of society and see India become a developed nation. In the previous 4 episodes, we discussed GDP, cash flow chain, and employment. Today, we will step away from economics textbook and focus directly on the reality of our neighborhoods and economy. Neighborhood and communities. Okay. When the administrations overturn a street cars or demolished a tripling cover street or tripling cover stalls and hawkers, it's made believe it is simply removing an illegal encroachment. Okay, they simply believe that. But however, as a political strategist or policy maker, I want to show you how the demolished roadside shop is directly connecting to your local pharmacy, grocery shops, schools, and even the overall safety of your neighborhood. Today we will discuss the dangerous social chain reactions created by such eviction. Okay, let's start. We must understand that the income earned by a small street vendor is not a deposit into a switch bank account. Okay, they are not deposit there, they are not keeping their money in local bank locker. Okay, so almost every rupee they earn circulating within the local economy. Try to understand this. There, every rupee or every money they earn circulating within the local economy. Okay, try to understand this. So let us look at how income of difficult informal sector workings is spent. Okay, so if I'm talking about food and grocery, they around 40% of income goes to the local grocery shops, vegetable markets, and milk vendors. Okay, if I'm talking about healthcare, approximate 15 to 20% is spent on medicine and doctor fees. If I'm talking about children educations, around 10 to 15% is spending on book, school fee, and private private tuitions. If I'm talking about transportations and miscellaneous, the remaining amount is spent on auto rickshaws, local transportations, and small social event. Okay, so how reverse these equations when a hawker is evicted without any alternative source of livelihood? Then do you know that what thing would happen? Their income suddenly drops to zero. What does that means? It means the neighborhood grocery, that shop loses a regular customer. The local tutor does not receive payment. The pharmacy, pharmacy loses a regular buyers of prescription medicines. Local economic actually slow down. In other words, when a hawker's pocket become empty, the wheel of the entire local economy began to stop turning. Okay, So the real life examples, it would be important that I think through real life example could you understood. Imagine a hawkers named Rahim in living in any district of West Bengal who earned a living by selling clothes at the busy traffic intersection. Okay, one day and evictions drive shut down his installs. You know that what happened next? What happened next? Rahim has elderly mother suffer from that diabetes and heart disease. Every month he buys medicines worth 1,500 from local pharmacy. This month, however, he has no income. As a result, you know what happened as a result? He cannot buy his mother medicines. Her health, that her health deteriorated. She may eventually require to hospitalizations. Rahim cannot longer afford his children's school expenses. His child may be forced to leave school. Now ask yourself, what options remaining for Rahim? When a hawker's age person faces hunger, mounting medical expenses, and no alternative source of income, society tells us that such conditions often lead to depression, hopelessness, or income. In some cases, involvement in crime, involvement in criminal activity. Evictions without rehabilitations can therefore increasing social frustrations, family instability, and crime rate. Okay, so has the administrative even calculated this social cost? Okay, so let us examples on international case, that case that offers an important lesson. Okay, during the 1990s, the capital city of Colombia, Bogota, faced a similar challenges. The city administrations, that launched large-scale operations to clear street vendors from public space. It was expected that the city would become a clear and more organized. However, the outcome was quite different. Crime rate rose dramatically because thousands of unemployment youth peoples were left without a means of survival. Eventually, the Bogota administration realized its mistake. It established a special institutions called institutions of capital economy, IPES. Instead of using force, the government conducted detailed social impact assessment of hawkers family. Authority then authorized then the creating indoor markets and designated plaza, provided free daycare facilities and education support for children, offers low interest loans on small vendors, assisted that vendors in transitioning into a organized business space. The result, the city became a clear. Crime rate reportedly fell significantly. The economy strengthened. That Bogota became an international examples of successful urban management, rather than treating evictions as a law and order issue. The city transformed it into a process of human-centered social engineering. Okay, so As a political strategist or as a policy strategist, I believe society cannot be governed by forces alone. Okay, sustainable governance require human and practical policies. Practical policies would be first social impact assessment before any evictions or relocations process begin. Authority should assess how many lives and families will be affected, and what social and health consequences may follow. Second, social protections linkage. Every registered hawker's family should be connecting to health insurance, life insurance, and social welfare schemes so that temporary economic hardship does not push them into a extreme poverty. Okay. Third, family counseling and alternative skill training. And an area where relocated is unavailable due to infrastructure. You know that infrastructures constraining vendors should not simply be removed. At last, one family member should receive skill development training, financial assistance, and support in finding alternative employment. I would like to conclude with one simple message: economics exist for peoples, not city can achieve lasting development or beauty by leaving people hungry. The sound of the roadside shop being demolished is not merely the sound of bamboo's plastic streets or tarpaulins breaking. It is often the sound of families' dream shattering and the wheels of an entire neighborhood economy grinding to a halt. Let us support policy of development, rehabilitations, and proper regulation rather than policy focused solely on demolition. What is your opinion about these social chain reactions? Have you observed any impact on local markets after hawkers evictions is your area? Please share your thoughts in the comment below. If you found this discussion valuable, like and share this video. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay informed. Namaskar.